I think we have done extremely well. Dr. Satiki has added many more laurels to his credit, his own hats. And I think the right person to talk about the program would be him. But just to give you a brief, we launched the robotic surgery about 2 years ago. And today can proudly say that Apollo Hospitals Bangalore does the maximum number of robotic cardiac surgeries. And this is, ladies and gentlemen, a huge, huge step. And you will realize that the statistics that he has under his belt matches or perhaps is one of the best in the country. And we have seen tremendous amount of interest in the people who are now aware of robotic surgery, who are now aware of how much the science has progressed. And also Apollo, since its USP is clinical excellence and excellent clinical outcomes, I think this has added an amount of leverage that I cannot tell you. And I think, like I said, the right person to talk about this program is the man himself. So it is my great privilege to welcome Dr. Satiki Purushottam Nambala, surgeon par excellence, who will talk to you about the program. Thank you.
Dr. Sana, thank you very much. Very warm indeed. A very good morning to all of you, and thank you very much for being here with us today. For us, it's a very important milestone. It's not something very simple. It's a very complex milestone to reach. So I welcome you all again, once again, to be here, for being with us here today. And most of all, I'm so happy that Madam is also here. So she wouldn't come down if this was not important. So what we, like she's already mentioned, what we want to announce today is reaching 100 robotic heart procedures, or actually crossing this number. For India, it's a big number. Why is it a big number for India? It's because India has never done more than 20 robotic surgeries in any one institute so far. And as of now, there is no program in the country that's doing robotic heart surgery on a routine basis. There are one-off cases being done here and there. Apollo is the only group of hospitals that actually has 2 centers, with us doing very, very complex work and having crossed more than 100. So that means this is going to be a program that's going to run on a daily basis like any other heart center doing robotic heart surgery. Now, you might ask, why robotic heart surgery? If you look at open surgery, which was being done in the past, and then compare that, this patient was actually operated 1 month ago. He's with us here today. Mr. Hegde is actually sitting here. You can actually interact with him after this procedure. You see that there are no longer big scars. You can see that the small scars after 1 month are really tiny. Robotic heart surgery is done through very small holes, 0.8 centimeters or 8 millimeter holes. They heal incredibly well. There is no cutting of bone. That means the patient has several advantages, from reduced pain, reduced blood loss, rapid healing, no infection, to a very, very fast return to normal life. So this is the advantage of robotic heart surgery. Robotic heart surgery again is not something that is new. If you look at the West, robotic heart surgery has been going on for a decade now. And there are centers which have done 2,000, 3,000 procedures. So practically across the globe, more than 10,000 robotic heart operations have already happened. India is really late in catching up. Again, I must say that it's not one individual's effort here, it's a team effort. There are many hands and minds that need to come together for us to be able to do robotic heart surgery. So apart from the organization providing the support to do this, many members of my team contributing to do this, many people have to come together, referral physicians and patients also, who have to come here and accept this kind of a procedure. And only then this can happen. So I must say thank you for all of you for being supportive for this. We can go on to the next slide. So our journey has been about 12 years now. We started minimally invasive in this center in 2009. And you can see how it was. From open surgery, we moved to minimally invasive surgery. In minimally invasive, we make a small incision. It's not poured. It's done with your eyes, looking into the chest cavity with a video scope to show us what we do. So these are minimally invasive incisions. Again, bones are not cut here, but it is more cumbersome to do because you're looking for a small hole and your eyes have to see it. So it's not easy to do. From there, they moved on to robotics. You can change that again, go back to the other slide please. So you can compare from there to this now, where there is practically no cut. And the cut that we make here is approximately 1.5 centimeters just to introduce, a few sutures or a ring or a valve inside. That's all. No surgery is done to that hole. All the surgery is done through the console. So this console is a three-dimensional console. And all of you are free to come and look into this. You can see the kind of magnification that we have when we do surgery. It's practically like sitting inside the chest cavity and then operating. I would say actually sitting inside the heart and operating. So it gives you phenomenal vision, great safety for the patient, and like I said, all the other benefits. There are about 2 patients who are going to interact with you online today. And of course, we also have our patient whom we operated last month, who's completely healed and recovered well. So I'm going to end this now, and I'm going to invite Madam to come in there a few words. She has a lot of statistics to show you. There's a lot of data if you mention them. And Apollo is not a small center as far as cardiac surgery is concerned. The experience that Apollo has is enormous. More than 100,000 surgeries have been performed, heart surgeries have been performed in Apollo. And as you know, it was one of the first centers to start heart surgery in India. Ma'am?
Good afternoon and namaste. Before I begin, may I request all of you here, including our team, to give Dr. Sathiki a big hand. Because I truly want to re-highlight that this is not a small feat. To achieve 100 robotic heart surgeries in under 24 months shows not just skill, adeptness, the faith of the patient, but really this vision to move cardiac surgery to the future. And let me truly assure you that this is the future. Coming from a history and a background of Apollo Hospitals, we started heart surgery in the country in 1983. As you know, Apollo Hospitals began because Dr. Reddy, our chairman, lost a young man before he had enough time to go abroad for heart surgery, before he could raise enough money for heart surgery. And that was in 1980 that this happened. So then began this whole journey of creating India's first for-profit multi-speciality center, which was built on the lines of international standards, which had every latest equipment. And from then on, from 1983, the journey has continued across heart surgery, but multiple other specialties, neurosciences, orthopedics, oncology, every single area. Now we're looking at stem cell, further research. But in each one of these, we keep on imbibing. So we keep imbibing what is the latest, what is the best, how can we give? And each one of these pursuits is to what is best for the patient. And truly, minimally invasive heart surgery and robotic heart surgery are extremely patient-friendly procedures. And that's what I want you to really take away. But you cannot jump straight into robotic surgery. But before we celebrate Dr. Sathiki's, and he's the only one in the country who has done 100 heart surgeries. But even more fantastic, he's the only one in the world who has done 1,800 minimally invasive heart surgeries. So you're sitting with 2 records over here. The only one in the world as a single surgeon, single center, with 1,800 minimally invasive heart surgeries, and now the first one in the country to do 100 robotic surgeries. So Dr. Sathiki, the country is proud that you returned from Toronto. Apollo is proud that you're part of the team, and we remain committed to making the journey of heart surgery grow. Now, before we look at this, I think it's very important for us to, sitting in Bangalore and sitting in the major cities, all of us will feel, yes, there's enough heart surgery going on and there's very good centers. But let me really share with you the fact that in our country, we do about 250,000 heart surgeries, and about 5 times that, actually more than 5 times, about 5 lakh heart interventions per year. And this number, if you compare this 250,000 to 750,000 heart surgeries in USA per year, So they do about 5 times the number with 1/3 the population. And are Indians healthier than the Americans? I wish I could say so, but the fact is it's just that they have been denied the care. So the journey of heart surgery is going to continue to grow in this country till we meet this gap. And therefore you will see a quantitative growth, but you will also see a qualitative growth. And what you are seeing here is a tremendous acknowledgement of what can be done in the qualitative growth. You're also seeing here, and I must give Da Vinci some credit for bringing this equipment. I don't know if the Da Vinci people are here today. I just got in. Hello, good to see you all. And take a bow, because this is a company which was started first. Da Vinci was started first for the heart. Heart is the most difficult to do robotic surgery. So they moved to a range of other surgeries, and actually India, Apollo bought one of the early Da Vinci's. In fact, Chairman, when he saw the capability, he said it's doing tremendous work in urology, in definitely in gynecology, anything in the abdomen, colorectal surgery, and therefore we bought not one, not 4 Da Vinci's in that first lot, I think. And it is an Indian foundation, the Vetikuti Foundation, which actually took Da Vinci and resurrected this concept of robotic surgery, and today I'm sure they're very, very happy, because not only does India have a large number of robotic surgeries, but pioneering in this area is going back to doing robotic surgery in heart, which was where it all began. So your city, Bangalore, is putting robotic heart surgery back on the map, and it's a tremendous thing. I want to reiterate why I said that it's so great for the patient, and Dr. Satki did make this point, but I'm reiterating. Because you do not cut the bone, the healing time is extremely fast. In fact, Dr. Satki asked Chairman's permission to send a patient post-heart surgery home in under 24 hours. Can I do heart surgery as a day surgery? That was his opening line. And Chairman said, for the patient's reassurance, please keep them 1 day at least, and soon, this acceptance will come. So this is the transition. Heart surgery used to be a 16-day, package. When I first started working over the last 30 years, we brought it from 16 to 11, 11 to 9. Some patients go home in, maybe 5-7 days. But typically now with robotic surgery, you can go home in a day. There is no cutting of the bone. There is much, much less blood loss, and therefore the recovery time is faster. And that's why I'm saying this is a quantum leap in quality of care for the patient. And I am very sure that in the next 3 to 5 years, more than 50 to 60% of all heart surgeries will be minimally invasive or robotic. And that is really where we are taking this. So as a city, you can see that some of the early steps of the future of heart surgery are happening here in Bangalore. I want to congratulate Dr. Satki for this tremendous advancement. I want to thank Da Vinci for this. And now I know the media always has these important questions to ask of what is the cost. So before this thing, let me preempt some of these. I think that heart surgery, open heart surgery, the robotic is doing today most work in terms of valves, but is assisting the CABG in terms of, so assisted CABG using robotic is the harvesting of the mammary and the moving of the procedures, but soon it will evolve into this. So a typical open heart surgery is costing anywhere from 3 to 4 lakhs. You add another maybe 1 to 2 lakhs for minimally invasive surgery and an additional 1 lakh for the robotic, 1 to 1.5. This is the cost of the machine. This machine over here costs approximately 22 crores. But when you do the volumes, we will soon be bringing down the cost per patient and enabling this patient to have less pain, less suffering. But also the most important point, there are many elderly patients who cannot undertake the trauma of an open surgery. So this opens up a new category of patients who people would have said he is inoperable. You may have heard that word before. They are inoperable because of their complications, their age, their lung fraction, their ejection fraction. Those people can now get operated on by the robotic surgeon. So this is a quantum leap in many fronts. It is expensive, but we look forward to Da Vinci bringing down the cost. We look forward to Indian manufacturers making this machine in India or Da Vinci producing this in India so that this cost will come down and we can make this affordable and accessible to more and more people. As of now, Apollo has more than 12 centers where we're doing robotic surgery, but the most major center for heart robotic surgery is Bangalore. Chennai is also doing some, but Dr. Satiki is actually a country leader in what is happening here, and therefore I'm very happy to be here as he celebrates this milestone. Thank you all very much. I truly appreciate the presence of the members of the press, and I want to thank all of you for the support you have given us through the very difficult period. The last 18 months have been a very difficult period for the country and for the world at large through COVID. I hope that all the facilities in Bangalore and our home care and our telemedicine and Apollo 24/7 has served you and your population in the way that you would like. We have done our very best in the COVID period, and I thank you for your cooperation and your assistance in that as well. We're now open for any questions. Thank you and namaste. Look at I think the digital media also, if they're asking questions on the chat. All of you who are joining us virtually, if you put questions on the chat, we'll be very happy to answer. Dr. Satiki, would you like to come forward and share the stage? Mr. Davison, our CEO, would you also like to come forward, and three of us will just kind of share this based on the questions. Please come. Davison, please come.
Ma'am, I was wondering, there are a couple of patients who've logged in. I think Dr. Satiki's patient. Do we